All right, so for today's deep dive, we are jumping into a really intense and pretty dramatic narrative. We're focusing on these two figures called two witnesses, and they appear in Jerusalem in the final days, dressed in rough sackcloth, but their ministry. It's not about gentle persuasion, it's about, well, overwhelming power.
It really is. And the text, it immediately gives them the symbolic identity. It calls them the two olive trees and the two lampstands that stand before the God of all the earth.
Which isn't just poetry, right?
Not at all. It's a direct link. It's saying they are conduit for divine authority, for light, for truth. It sets the stage for everything that follows.
And the timeline is so specific. They prophesy for 1,260 days.
3.5 years.
Exactly. And during that time, they are basically untouchable. I mean, the text says when armies come to get them, fire literally leaps from their mouths and just consumes their enemies.
Instantly. It's pure defensive power. But it's not just defensive. They have this global control.
Yeah, talk about that. The plagues.
Well, first, they command the sky not to rain for that whole 3.5 year period. So instant global drought.
And on top of that,
They can turn water to blood. They can strike the world with any plague they want, and it says they can do it as often as they wished.
so there are no limits.
No limits. They were completely invincible, and the world absolutely despised them for it. This wasn't a message people wanted to hear.
But then, of course, there's a turning point, and it only happens, the text stresses, when their testimony is finished.
Only then.
And that's when the main antagonist appears, the beast that ascends from the blackness of the bottomless pit.
A figure of ultimate evil that the world at this point had already sort of started to worship.
And the beast actually succeeds and makes war on them, and it kills them.
It does. And what happens next is this bizarre global spectacle. Their bodies are just left in the main street of the city
Unburied.
for 3.5 days. Yeah, just left there like a trophy for the whole world to see.
And the world's reaction, this is the part that's always gotten to me, they celebrate.
They throw parties, they hold festivals, send gifts to each other.
It's pure relief. They were so tormented by these prophets and their plagues that their death is like a global holiday.
It's a huge statement about what the world truly valued at that moment.
But that celebration
Yeah.
doesn't last long.
Just over 3 days.
Yeah.
Then, as the crowds are literally watching, maybe even jeering at the bodies, the breath of life from God re-enters them.
And they stand up.
They stand up, and the text says, profound terror fell on everyone who saw it. Like you can imagine.
Suddenly, this huge voice, like thunder, echoes from the sky. It just says, "Come up here."
And as their enemies are watching, just completely paralyzed, the two of them are wrapped in a cloud and ascend right into the sky.
On.
And the judgment for that celebration is immediate. The very second they vanish, a massive earthquake hits Jerusalem,
A tenth of the city collapses.
and 7,000 people are killed. It's a direct, almost instantaneous consequence.
So after all of that, the plagues, the terror, the death, the earthquake, we get this final paradoxical line. The survivors, the ones who are left, it says they at last gave glory to the God of heaven.
Which leaves us with a really provocative question for you to think about. If their ministry was all about this overwhelming power, this terror, really, and the world only gave glory after they were gone and this massive destruction fell, what does that say about the relationship between divine truth and change?
Right.
Does this narrative suggest that sometimes truth delivered through terror needs that final catastrophic moment to actually be recognized?
Yeah.
Something to consider.